You know what time it is. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube universe. We are back with the evening session. Let's go. Wild day in the markets today. The bulls ran the gauntlet. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Infinity Show. Hope you guys are doing well, man. We're back. I'm gonna do some I'm doing some charting, so I just wanted to hop on here and chop it up with you guys. We gotta mark off day highs, day lows, any new gaps. That's what we're about to do. And we're gonna watch a little bit of the Asian session. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me make sure we are good. All right, cool. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We had good discussions earlier. Man. All right, let's go. What time is it? 7? I'm on East Coast time, man. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to everybody who tuned in earlier. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Let's keep on going, man. That should still be good, right? Let me see if I can. Will it give me Topstep? Yeah, it gave me Topstep. All right, cool. I might clear out the Topstep chart and then just start redrawing. So when I'm charting, I use Thinkorswim, I use Tradeovate, I use Topstep X, which is basically TradingView. That's essentially what Topstep X is. Let's see. The evening crew. The evening crew wants me to get on in the evening. They're like, man, I'm at work. You gotta come on. You gotta get on at least for an hour or two in the evening. I'm gonna try to do that. Hop on. Uh-oh. Where did that come from? Here we go. Is that an error? Why is there an error? Let's go figure this out. Maybe because of this. Got too many things up. Let's see. What's up? Shout out to everybody in the YouTube universe. Let me see if I can. That should be the link. Pin. I was about to watch this podcast. 30 years pro trader. What? That's like Pro Trader Mike. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's like Pro Trader Mike for sure. And then I wonder, did I save that? Let's see. Oh yeah, that too. I think I have both, right? 2, 3. Okay, let's clear a little bit of the Thinkorswim. Notice Thinkorswim has what? The setup. Let me go to support. Yes. I forgot how to do this. What was in it like? Wasn't it like tools, education? Oh yeah. Hell, what's this, right? Collect. Should be all right. Collect the garbage. Close these guys up. Oh yeah, Discord. All right, let's see what happens. Shout out to Wizard Trades. Blessings. Bless up. What's going on? Shout out to Wizard Trades in the building. What's going on? Good evening. Good afternoon. Happy June. Happy Monday. Another day. Another dollar. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Wizard Trades? All right, man. I'm trying to make sure. Matter of fact, let me just start minimizing. Let's see. All right, we'll see. Getting some type of error. Why am I getting the error? Let me exit some stuff. We haven't had any errors. 0. All right, we'll see what's going on. Shout out to Justice. Justice, what's going on? Wizard Trade says long on gold right now. Yeah, gold is gapped up. I'm looking at it on Topstep. This is an inverse chart, so don't panic. This is the inverse chart. Nice gap up on gold. I have the inverse chart on, so. All right, let me make sure. Should I refresh this thing? Let me see. Hopefully this thing doesn't kick me off. Let me turn maybe this off. JP Morgan. All right, let's see how this goes. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, gap up for gold. Shout out to Wizard Trades. Shout out to Justice. What's going on? Okay, what is this thing doing? Apex. All right, let's go. Let's make sure this thing is cool. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube universe. YouTube is giving me an error. Give me a second. Good old YouTube. 44. Shout out to Wizard Trades. What's going on? I have some evals over there, but I've been focusing on Apex. But I like Take Profit Trader. Do you have Take Profit Trader? Are you funded over there? How long have you been trading and what do you trade? Shout out to Wizard Trades. Shout out to Justice. What's going on? Take Profit Trader is legit. I have some guys that are trading over there and they really like it. Daily payouts. You can't beat daily payouts. That's like having a personal account. You just keep pulling from it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Whoa. Okay. All right. Let me make sure. Let's go back to NQ real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Justice says, I trade with TPT. They are great. Trying to get 150K accounts funded with them. Yeah, you can't beat that. They say the 75K and the 150Ks. 75Ks is start off. And then once you get into the 150Ks, it's just like you're cruising. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Wizard Trade says over a year and I trade gold, NQ, and ES. Nice. So I've been trading since 2016, but I just started trading futures Q1 2024. That's where I took my first futures trade and I was like, oh, I'm home. I was like, man, this is I like this. I like this. Pure price action. No manipulation. Because what did I start with? I started with equities, penny stocks. Did that for a couple years. Then I moved to options. Did options for a couple years. I met Ivy. I met Theta and Gamma and Delta and all of those guys. I met all of them. Yeah, a lot of manipulation over there. And somebody was like, "Try futures out, man. You have the price action down, but when you mix in time decay and everything else, you'll have a nice entry, a nice play, but it'll go against you, and you'll be like, what? What's happening? The stock, the ticker's going up, but my P&L is going down." As soon as I got into futures, and I traded NQ for the first time, I was like, yep, it's a wrap. I am a futures kid now. So now equities, all those shares and things are in the background. Options are in the background. Now I do options for long term, a year or two out. And I just let it sit off of good levels of support. Yeah, Take Profit Trader is legit. Wizard Trade says just got some tests from them, but still have the data delay yellow thing going on. Wondering if I need to pay for some. I don't think you should have to do that. Yeah, Justice says no. Reach out to their support. They will set it up for you. Facts. Yep. Shout out to Justice. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, don't pay any extra fees, man. Don't do that. Do not do that. All right. Yep. Yeah, well, we're here. Nice trend day for the bulls. the way we opened up, it didn't look like that was gonna happen. The way we opened up was treacherous. We went up like 150 points, then we dropped 150 points. It was crazy. Actually, let's go look at how the pop and drop. This was low 86. Yeah, that's like 113. Then you add another like 50 points. Yeah, 150 up, 150 down. Probably more. And then with the bulls roared back. Then we had ISM data at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we just rolled. We rolled from there. Nice trend up. Tap, 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 all the way up. And then we broke session highs into the close or right after the close. So yeah, solid day for the bulls. We'll see how, if we get continuation. Might get a little bit of pullback overnight. But yeah, this sets up the week. Nice start for the week. Nice start to June. Man, Powell spoke today. He ain't talking about nothing. He didn't talk about anything in the economy, man. He was cracking jokes, and it was like a couple of minutes. He spoke for a couple of minutes. We were all sitting here waiting for the volatility. There was zero volatility. There was zero volatility, man. Zero. And I was like, what is happening? All right, so yeah, now we gotta mark up. Let's mark up ES real quick. Oh yeah, I gotta post this in the Discord. Okay. We shouldn't have any more errors. I've refreshed everything, turned some things off. Let's see what happens. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Justice. I was gonna watch some a podcast while I was charting, but then everybody was like, "Hop on, man! Jump on for a couple minutes." Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hold on one second, guys. Hop on YouTube. Everybody was like, hop on. All right, so yeah, I have to, let's see what happens into tomorrow. The solid daily candle to start the year off. I mean, not the year, but June. Solid day. Okay, let me see. Let's see what happens. We're getting a pullback back to that 500 level. 500 was a little bit of an issue, but the bulls pulled out of it into the close. But now we have space to pull back. We'll see what happens. Slight pullback. The price action has to breathe before we continue. All right, man, let's figure this out. Oh, yeah, they said they wouldn't confirm the order. We are Make sure everything is checked off. Shipping, etc. All right, man, let's keep on going, man. Wizard Trade says, I'm still new into this, got a few payouts, but I'm not profitable yet. Gonna keep staying consistent. Of course, absolutely. If you When hold on. So you just started a year ago? That's good. So have you been doing options, I mean futures the whole time? Yeah, if you've had a payout already, that's good. That means you're doing some type of research. Shout out to Justice and Wizard Trades in the chat. Last May, nice. What were you trading before that? Oh, never traded before. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. If you've had payouts and it's your first year trading, that's good. Yeah, it started in 2016. It took me many years to become profitable. It was not a cakewalk because there weren't, like, you see how there's prop firms now. There were not prop firms like this in 2016. Nobody was talking about trading like that. It's like taboo. It was like stock market. You're gonna lose all your money. That's all you heard. Stock market. You're gonna lose everything, man. Don't put your money in there. You're gonna lose everything. I mean, that's what they say, right? But yeah, let's keep on going. Yeah, solid, man. That's good work. Yeah, plenty of info now. Plenty of info. I had to like peel back and scratch for information. I was like, man, yo, who's actually teaching this? And I never signed up for a course. I think I bought like one course, like really, really super early, and it was like 200 bucks. After that, I haven't paid for anything. I was like, look, we're gonna go onto this internet, right? And we're gonna figure this thing out the hard way. I was like, I don't want any shortcuts. I was like, look, this is gonna stick with me longer if I figure it out the hard way. So yeah, now I can just talk. It's like fluent. At this point, I always say I've been in the I've been in the uh I've been in the trading I've been in the trading amusement park for a long time. And I've been on all the rides. Blown account rides. I've been on the payout ride. I've been in the profitable I've been on the profitable ride. I've been on the losing streak ride. I've been on all the rides. But day by day, I'm still doing research. Even though I started in 2016, to this day, I'm still. It's like it's an art that you have to keep refining and sharpening and refining and getting better at. Because the market does not stay the same, especially now. Because we got some people in the White House. We got tariff talk. We got we got Russia talk. We got Iran talk. We had China talk. So yeah, this is a different market. The market is changing quarter over quarter. Yeah, shout out to Wizard Trades. Yeah, it wasn't easy. And I was trading penny stocks. So I was trading no name. I wasn't even looking at the indices. It was straight no name, whoever popped up on the scanner. And I played that momentum. That was like Tim Sykes way back. I don't even know who else was I looking at. It was just him and his students. His students were kind of teaching a little bit, but yeah, we were trading low float, no name stocks, man. Penny stocks. And the thing is, you can be profitable from it. It's crazy because all you do is play the momentum. You're in and you're out. Play like 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, in and out. Make 100 or 2 or 3 for the day, and move on. Move on to the next scanner popper. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Wizard Trades. Wizard Trade says, I can imagine in the beginning it wasn't easy. That's a fact. It was definitely wasn't easy. Wizard Trade says, I've just been putting in the hours, honestly. Mad respect to you. I appreciate it. 2016, that's a long time. Yeah, man. In the mix. I'm trying to be like Pro Trader Mike. Pro Trader Mike's been in the game for like 30 years. That's dope, man. He's trading everything. He's got everything at this point. He's got the props. He's got personal accounts. He's doing it all. Shout out to Wizard Trades. But yeah, I stuck to the plan. The plan was to just keep on going, don't stop. Keep on going and don't stop. That's the name of the game. Trust the process. Do not rush the process. Discipline equals freedom. Consistency over home runs. Base hits win the game. The same old, man. It's one thing to say it, it's one thing to, and then it's another thing to actually live by it. Trade in, trade out. Unbelievable. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. I got a, when is that? That's at 8. It's all good. I watched the replay. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's keep on going. Ooh, pull back action. Ooh. Oh, wow. I'm watching the inverse too, man. I saw a big green candle. I was like, hold on, what's happening? All right, I gotta flip this, right? Where did that come from? Shout out to Julian Gonzalez. Julian Gonzalez says, good work trading today, brother. Yes, sir. Let's go. I appreciate it, Julian. Julian Gonzalez in the building. Good work trading today, but I appreciate it, man. We stayed the course, man. I was like, look, we're gonna slowly build our gains per account and then leave it alone. That was the goal. And we met our goal. Shout out to Cave Trader. What's up, man? Dump it, man. Where did that come from? Does somebody have some news? I'm about to go check. What was that? That's like the Iran news from earlier, Cave Trader. Shout out to Cave Trader in the chat. Trader Goated is back in the building. You know we had to come back for the evening session. Good times today, man. Oh yeah, I gotta post it in the thing too, right? Okay. Profit loss. Shout out to everybody in the Discord with the profits and the losses. You guys are killing it, man. Shout out to the official stock sage. Let's go, man. Yeah, this is where it starts, bit by bit. That's how it starts. Let's go. Just trading and building good habits and cutting my losers faster nowadays. Let's go. Shout out to the official stock sage. All right, cool. All right, let's post these. Yeah, solid work today, man, for sure. Just got to keep it going. We need a solid week this week. What was that? Does anybody have anything? Does anybody have like the news? Shout out to Julian Gonzalez. Shout out to Cave Trader. We are in the building. What was that? We just dipped to like 450. Shout out to Nestor Ramirez. It was upside down. That's my inverse chart. Shout out to Nestor Ramirez in the building. When you flip it, you get to see what the Bears are watching. If you're on TradingView, use Alt-I and you can flip the chart. Thank me later, man. I started watching inverse charts like a couple years ago, and I was like, hold on, man. Hold on. That's roughly the trend. This is the 5, right? Yeah. Yeah, we rode this trend nicely today. Very nice. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. That's all I was playing all day. Clear on the 15. Let's do the 5. I like the 5. Details, my friend, details. Yeah, that was the trend today. We did good, man. Shout out to Julian Gonzalez. I appreciate it, man. We did all right today, man. Just got to keep it going. Keep the losses small, man. That's it. And maintain the wins. Keep the losses small and keep the lead when you go into the lead. Nice start to June, man. When was that? That was at like maybe 26, 27. Okay. Let me write that down. '26 and 27, right? Oh yeah, I gotta look that up too. 26. Shout out to EYL, man. Shout out to EYL. Shout out to Wall Street Trapper. Shout out to shout out to Trades by Slade. Stopped by earlier. Shout out to Trades by Slade, man. Killing it. Good gains today. Solid gains. Yeah, stay the course, man. Stay the course. Now, when I copy trade, it is. Oh, when I copy trade, it is gonna be 1 or 2 micros. I'm not gonna overdo it. Because I've shot myself a couple times in the foot. I've shot myself a couple times in the foot, man. Shot myself in the foot a couple times messing with that copy trader, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. For the which I think when did I start these? This is like last week. So for one of them, if I can push it the way I need to push it, I can request on Friday. But I don't think I'm gonna force it because I think the thing is one of the PA that's on day 4. One of the days was like 1160, right? So when you divide that by 0.3, that puts me at 53,900. So that one, I'm not even going to force it. That's the one that I can probably, if I force it, I can request on Friday. But I don't think I'm going to force it. I'm just going to take my time and build it up. Get into the cushion, and then I can maneuver a little bit. But the other ones, I think I still have like a week left. I have like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I can request like next Wednesday, I believe. They're still kind of fresh. Not even next Wednesday. I think Monday. Because I started it last week. Started them last week. Yeah. And then I might start some more up. I have like 8 that need to be activated. Hopefully I can get, if I can get them activated by the 8th, because the lifetime activation fees are $100 right now. So if you passed evals last week, lifetime activation fees are $100. That's pretty good. So the key last week was to grab as many evals as you can. Now, before I think you have to activate them by next Monday or something like that, Sunday or Monday. So if you can pass a good amount of them this week, or if you passed them last week, the lifetime activation fee is $100. That's good. That is a good thing. Before, last week and the week before, they were $140. And if you wanted to do the month to month, it was $105. So $100 for a lifetime fee is good. It used to be $85. So yeah, they're just fluctuating. It looks like they're fluctuating the prices, trying to figure out what's profitable. That's what it feels like. Shout out to Delco. Delco, I'm just mapping right now. Just mapping. I'm marking levels off right now. Shout out to Julian Gonzalez in the building. Shout out to Nestor Ramirez. He said, "Is your chart upside down? Or is mine?" That's hilarious. Yo, it's the inverse. You were looking at the inverse. Shout out to Wizard Trades. Shout out to Justice. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. All right. Yeah. Did anybody figure out what was that drop? I'm about to go check the news and see what was going on. Yeah. So, yeah, nice trend today, man. Solid. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but I'm about to try and find out and see what happened. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna map things out for right now. Get it ready for tomorrow. Once I'm done, and if I see a setup, I might test it. But yeah, I don't know what's happening right now, but the price action's a little weird right now. What was that 5-minute drop? I'm about to sign in the X right now. What the heck was that? Yeah, let's go to X. What was that? That happened at what? Like 7:30, 35? What was that? Let's go check the internets. Shout out to Jordan J. Yep. Yep. If I have some time, look, when I say I'm doing like a million things at once, it may look like I'm living here, but I'm also doing like a bunch of different things in the background. Shout out to Jordan J. Yeah, man, I miss you guys. Lock in, man. 17 minutes. Let's go to financial juice. What the heck was that drop? I don't see anything. That was 5 minutes ago. See what I'm talking about? That was a stop hunter. This is the type of market we're in. We didn't see that a lot last year. We did not see that. We didn't see stopper hunters like that. I mean, maybe here and there, but not as often as we see them now. What was that candle? What was that? Yo, the high on that candle, 544. The low on that candle, 465. What the heck was that? And I don't see any news. That was just a drop. See, that's why you have to put your stop on. Make sure you put your stop on. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's get to it. Stay hydrated, my friends. All right, let's see if we can get some charting going. Yeah, very nice trend today. I liked it. Clean, 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 clean. Oh, wow. Was that from overnight low? It might have been. Not necessarily. Not. Maybe not. I think we moved it to right here. And I need to go look at the 4-hour trend. I think the 4-hour trend reclaimed. Wow. I have to heck of a trend today, man. This is on my Thinkorswim. Where's my Thinkorswim? Yeah. This is my other chart on Thinkorswim. Nice trend. That drop, that pop and drop at the open was scary. But then we climbed above Friday's close and we held. And we continued from there. Friday's close was right around 3. Let me see where are my levels at? Where are my levels at? Hold on. It was 369, right? Yeah, 369 was the close. So now we're gonna see if we can I just got to do my little screenshot. So every night I chart every single night. If I miss it at night, I have to do it in the morning early to see what was going on. But I like to do it at night so I can have dreams about the price action. So I can have dreams about the price action, man. Wow. That's NQ. Yeah, Asia session can be a headache, man. We'll see what happens at 8 and 9 o'clock. Yesterday's high, yesterday's low. Golden zone gap held well. The golden zone gap. Session highs clean into the close. All right, man, let's keep the train going, man. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I appreciate the support, man. Hey, man, I'm just showing you guys the journey. Man. And it's cool to see other people on the same journey. We can bounce ideas off of each other, encourage each other to keep going. Because this game will have you stressed out. It will have you stressed out, my friend. I'm just on here screenshotting and marking up my little screenshots. I save like pictures of the price action. And then anything I noticed, I'll draw it on the chart. All right, man. So yeah, we got like 7 or 8 past evals on the side. So I just got to activate them. I told myself I have to be disciplined with the ones that I have active this week. And then maybe toward the end of the week, I'll start activating the other ones. I gotta be disciplined. I gotta show myself I can be disciplined. Oh yeah. I gotta ship this thing off too. But yeah. Save it. Already saved. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Boom, we out. So now we can mark up some NQ and at least get rid of the trend line. And tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow we have JOLTS. Wednesday we have ISM data. We have initial jobless claims on Thursday. Non-farm payrolls, NFP, on Friday. Next Wednesday, CPI. The Wednesday after that, FOMC. So Powell will round us off. We'll round off June. We'll see how things go. Let me get rid of this guy. Remove trend line. Okay. So that was NQ, right? NQ. Let's get rid of some of these levels. Solid push though for the bulls for sure. It was starting to lose some steam at 500, but they definitely grabbed onto some reinforcements and kept pushing up. Let me see if I can find the shout out to everybody in the chat. Jordan J says, oh man, hold on, let me catch up. Shout out to Charlie. What's up, man? How you doing? Hope all is well. Yeah, solid day earlier for sure. Shout out to Charlie. All green today. Shout out to Delco. Shout out to Jordan J. Jordan J says, I feel like NQ is gonna pop to 540. It could, but it has to really establish and push back to the upside because we have some. You gotta trust the trend until it breaks. So, like, let's say it is gonna pop. I would put my stop. I'll draw my trend line. Once that cracks, then maybe. But we gotta see a clean crack of that line. The trend is your friend, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Jordan J. Shout out to Delco. Delco says I was in there and my stop loss saved my account. Let's go. See, I told you that's that. Look, let's say you had a mental stop loss. There was no news that just happened out of the blue. If you don't have your stop loss on, man, this market will make you regret you didn't put a stop loss. Wow. Jordan J says I had an order like 8 points above and it dropped like a mofo. Yeah. Insane. That came out of nowhere. That's another thing about Asian session. You don't know what's going to happen. You could have chop. You could have volatility. You could have moves like that out of the blue. No news. Shout out to Junior. Welcome to the stream, Junior. What's up? How long have you been trading and what do you trade? Shout out to the Junior Dace. Shout out to Junior in the building. Shout out to Mitchell French. Mitchell French says NQ keep going down. We gonna see. We don't predict. We react. Right now it's following this trend. So for the time being, it's going down. I see 1 hour FEG coming up right below the 500s. We'll see what happens. Can the bulls hold or do we pull back? Until that trend line cracks, go with the trend. Set your stop above the trend line. Shout out to ISP, man. What's going on? I quit trading the Asian market. It's too hard. I just watch it. Same here. For the most part, I just watch it. Here and there, I'll take a play. Like if I was done charting, I might have taken this play and this play off the trend line to the downside. And then my target would have been 500, but I'm chilling right now. Solid day today. Good gains. Ooh, 500 is getting breached again. So this is going to be interesting. Let me finish marking this thing up. This is going to be interesting. Let me see if I can. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button. It's free of charge. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I go live. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy June. Happy Monday. We have a lot of volatility incoming this month. It's going to be an interesting month, to say the least. What is Powell going to do on June 18th? We have Broadcom and CrowdStrike earnings this week. I think CrowdStrike is after the close tomorrow, after the bell. Hold on, man. All right, let's go. All right, let me. Oh man, you know we can see you, right? I hope I didn't mess it up. Did I mess it up? No, I didn't. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's get to payout, man. Gotta get to payout. I had two locked in payouts like 2 weeks ago. Ask Julian Gonzalez. Julian was like, send me part of it. I was like, I got you. Messed around and traded Asian session and messed up the account. No more copy trading with me with size until I get into the cushion. I gotta be in the cushion and deep in the cushion. Without the cushion being in without the cushion being in danger, that's when I'll copy trade with a couple minis. We'll see. This is the 4-hour chart on NQ. This is what it's looking like right now. We talked about it yesterday. You see these levels up here? At 22,000, at 21,500 level. This is going to be a little bit turbulent because this is exactly where we turned around, and this is where we started free falling in February. The first free fall day was the 21st, and we were like, hold up, what was that? Then we got another free fall day the next day, consolidation, then another free fall day. Yo, we got rid of 2,300 points in like 2-3 days. That was insane. I was like, what? Then to close February, we popped. Then we dropped to start March off. It was crazy, man. It was wild, man. Wild. We dropped from, I think we calculated it was like a month and like 15 days, from 22,319 all the way to 16,460 within a month and a half. And now getting back to those same levels is taking about 2 months. Almost, it's gonna be 2 months, yeah. From like this level, what's that? The 7th, 4-7, so it's about to be 6-6. So yeah, very insane, man. That's the best way to put it. But yeah, this is the 4-hour trend, all the way from beginning of April. So you gotta bounce right there, weaker bounce here, and then it seems like we're starting to fall apart at the seams up here. We'll see how things go once we get to 22K, because that's going to be a key level. That's going to be super key. So we'll see what happens. Shout out to Junior in the building. Shout out to the official Stock Sage back in the building. Yo, I saw your gains, man. Look, bit by bit. Bit by bit. That's how you build the profit castle. One profit brick at a time. Yeah, I didn't see any news, yo. Trump 47 minutes ago. Yo, Netflix hit all-time highs again. What? Oh, I didn't see that. When did that pop up? This is 8 o'clock, right? 6 o'clock. U.S. extends tariff pause on some Chinese goods to August 31st. So it looks like we're just going to keep kicking the ball down the road. What is that? OBS is like giving me like updates. What just happened, yo? Yeah, it's giving me updates. It's never done that before. I guess that's part of the update. OBS updated, and it's like giving me, it's like connected with Discord now. I don't know. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second, guys. Flip back. All right, let me see if I can get this other. Let's get the dailies up. Shout out to JT, man. JT says my first payout request ever, 5,600 total. Made decent gains on 9 accounts, but didn't stop on my other 11 and kept trading them into a horrible drawdown state currently. Oh man, all good. It's all good, man. For your first payout, shout out to JT. Jason T. Nice. Let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What just happened? I wonder how that works after the first. Nice. Shout out to let's just do the whole thing. Let's go. First payout ever for JT. Shout out to JT. Let's go. What? My first payout request. Let's go. I think people still get approved as long as it only happened once or twice, and you closed it quick. Shout out to JT, man. JT in the Discord, man. First payout ever. We're gonna speak it into existence. He said he broke a rule, but I think he'll get it. Solid trader, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Junior. The official stock sage says, "Yo, what's up, Infinity? What did you think of today's price action on SPY? It was clean, super clean to the upside. Nice trend day for the bulls, man. They held their trend and they locked in on it the entire day after we had that crazy open. After the crazy open, we still made it work. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Junior. Junior says, how long does it take to be profitable, man? No, how long it take you to be profitable? It took years, man. When I started, there were no gurus, so I had to figure it out. It took years, but what I can tell you is that there is light at the end of the tunnel if you stick with it. I knew there was something there because here and there I'll get a gain, nice gain. I'm like, oh man, that's nice. Now if I can scale that up, that would be really nice. So I just stuck with it. I heard somebody say a couple weeks ago, I keep repeating it, this is the hardest way to make easy money. So it all depends on you when you're going to be profitable. If you really put in the work and you put in the chart hours, you figure out your edge, you back test your edge over a quarter or two, and you stick with it, you'll be fine. There's plenty of information on the internet now. I wish this much information was out there back in 2017, 16. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Jordan J. Jordan J says it's collecting people thinking it's going down, then juice the crap out of you. Yeah, it's true. You got to look for the liquidity. Look for the liquidity and play off of that. All right, let me see if I can. Let's get NQ going. At one. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. If you're new here, say something, man. How long have you been trading and what do you trade? All right, man. Shout out to JT, man. First payout request ever, man. Boom. Nice, man. Shout out to JT, man. Shout out to Wizard Trades. JT, if you're out there, Wizard Trades says congratulations. Jordan J says the cushion for the pushing. Absolutely. I get dangerous once I get into the cushion. I get dangerous. It's just the hard part is to get to the cushion. But yeah, I get dangerous, man. I push that thing deeper into cushion. Shout out to Delco. Yep, listen to Junior. Junior says, sorry to hear that. Or Delco says, sorry to hear that. You're very close. Just keep going and don't give up. That's a fact. Junior says, having a rough year for me. I get to sim funded, but no payout yet. Asia sessions, I got to stop trading. Yeah, Asia session is not fun. Asia session is not fun. So Junior, what do you usually, is Asia session the only one you can trade? And how long have you been trading? And what do you trade? Shout out to Junior. Focus on the process and the profits will come. So if you've been getting to funded, why haven't you been getting payouts? Have you been blowing accounts? And if so, if you are blowing accounts, how are you blowing the accounts? Weekly's already done, right? I think weekly's already done. Monthly looks good, man. Nice open for the monthly, for sure. Watching NQ. All right, let's see what we can get. I don't think we're around. I don't think we're around. Yeah, we're definitely still inside wheat. So we got the May high. All right, let's see. Let's mark her out. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. What a day, man. Solid day off EMAs. Let's change this to this guy. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Bring that back. Control Z, man. Control Z will save you. Control Z will save you. Why do I keep doing it? Let's edit. $21. Today's high is 21, 5, 76, 25. Man, I mark these things up every night, man. No games. All right, let's see what happens. Shout out to EYL. Shout out to the EYL boys, man. Out in the continent. All right, 21,160. Yeah. The reckoning is coming. Oh no, didn't mean to do that. Let me get that out of the way. I was trying to do this one. Yeah, there's a daily. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. What's the low? 21,163. I did like another deep dive of FEGs and order blocks over the weekend. Very interesting. I implemented them today just to get a sharper understanding of them. I've been using them, but decided to go do more research. There's so many videos on YouTube now that do a lot of explaining with this price action. Today is the 2nd. All right, so now I just gotta make sure we get our fibs on. Let's get these fibs going. The fib zone. Golden zone gaps. Of course, it's the trend line. Yeah, he was definitely, that was weird. Wow. Wow. I don't know, bro. That was weird. 56, 57, 576.25. That's yesterday's the session high, or yesterday's high. So let's see what happens on Tuesday. We're gonna be inside day, right? That's another thing I might have to go back to. When we go inside day, just shrink size. I might have to go back to that. That might be, yeah. Outside day, I'm going full size. So inside day, shrink. Yeah, might have to do that. Shrink just a little bit. Just don't use full. All right, we're good on that one. Let's go NQ. Now we gotta do ES. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Junior. Yeah, keep going, man. Keep going. Give us some details though. What's going on with what happens when you get to funded? When you get to funded, the real work begins. When you get to funded, the real work begins. Yeah, that happened right there. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right, let me switch out of this. All right, let's see what happens. You see how the trend is still trending. The trend is still trending. Whoa, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Psh, absolutely not. All right. Hard no for me. Let me see. Ooh. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, they're slowly grinding it down. Slowly grinding it down. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I go live. So Delco says, what emotional low have you gotten to? And if you don't mind sharing, because this trading has broken me a couple times. Look, man, it's going to test you a couple times. That's a fact. Junior, say something. Where you at, Junior? And it's always good to hear like other stories. Like, it's not a game. I've definitely shed a thug tear or two, man. after blowing a bunch of accounts in a day, man. Funded accounts. It's not fun, man, but it's part of the game. It's market tuition. Once you start like understanding it's market tuition, and once you start understanding that every play isn't gonna be a win, and once you start understanding that this is a probability game, then things start clicking. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Give me 1 second. Yep. So yeah, you just gotta understand the game. If you don't understand, if you're ignorant to the game and what this thing is, this is not a get rich quick scheme, my friend. This is not a get rich quick scheme. You really have to do some unwiring and rewiring when you get into this game. It's not gonna happen instantly. It's gonna take some trials and tribulations, but that is part of the game. There is light at the end of the tunnel if you're willing to walk through the coals. And the more you follow your rules and the more you work on your edge and your process, the less you'll have to walk through the coals. But if you keep trying to take shortcuts, you're gonna get cooked. And that's from the bottom of you're gonna get cooked. I'm letting you know right now, I've been on all the rides. I told you I've been on the account blow up ride. I've been on the payout ride. I've been on the losing streak ride. I've been on all of them. Shout out to Concrete Mob. What's good, Mob? Concrete, what's going on? Shout out to Delco. Delco says, Junior, say something. Oh, man. Shout out to Doggy. What's going on? Man, I hop on here as much as I can, man. What about you, Doggy? What do you trade and how long have you been trading? What's the word, Mob? What's going on? But yeah, these markets will cook you if you think you're coming in here and trying to get rich quick. It's not gonna work. This is the NBA, my friend. So if you come into the game without a game plan, LeBron and them, those hedge funds are gonna cook you. The algos are gonna cook you. They're gonna head hunt, like they're gonna be looking for you. Every time you make a mistake, they're gonna be pulling money from your account. Shout out to Concrete Mob. Concrete Mob says, what's good? Trying to get this money floating around in the market. They're printing it every day. So the more disciplined you are, the more you have an edge in the markets you can extract on a daily basis. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Concrete Mob. Shout out to Delco. Concrete Mob says, you're right about trying to get rich quick. Man, look, you can try to force your will on this market if you want to. Yo, it'll chop you down at the knees. No matter how confident you are, it will humble you. My friend, I've been humbled many times. I've been humbled a million times at this point. As soon as I thought I had diamond hands, chop, 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 I'm on a winning streak, haven't lost in a couple weeks. I'm like, man, I'm going double size this time. Nope. The markets will humble you, my friends. Concrete Mob said, you're right about trying to get rich quick. I blew an account a few times trying to make money fast by increasing lot size. Don't do it. When I wasn't ready yet. Yeah. I know. I've been there, done that. I've been there, done that. I've been there, done that, man. It's part of the game. But as long as you recognize that and you adjust going forward, then you'll be all right. You know who the prop firms like? The people who keep trying to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Go look up what the word for that. What's that the definition of? Shout out to Delco. Delco says actually the shortcut thing is talking to me. Like when I rage after a big loss, yeah, I went to go full to get my funds back. Yep, that's the fight or flight. Whenever you go down and you start trying to scratch back real quick, that's fight or flight. And that's not where you want to be. Because when you're in fight or flight mode, when you are in fight or flight mode, you are not thinking. You are in survival mode. I think physiologically, I think you money like literally blood stops going to your brain and it starts going to your major arteries and your major muscles so that you can fight. Have you ever been in a fight or like been through tilt and then after you're done with tilt and you've blown your account, you're like you come back to your senses? Go look it up. Randy Howell, man. Go look up Randy Howell. Literally, your body is getting ready to run, to fight or run. So literally, blood stops going. The usual amount of blood stops going to your brain and starts going to your major arteries, your major muscles, so that you can fight and so that you can run. That's crazy, right? And said, yes, Concrete Mob got it. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is the definition of insanity, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know. Shout out to Concrete Mob in the building. What's going on? Shout out to Naraj. Am I saying it right? Yeah, made a bunch of plays earlier. Go watch the earlier stream. We did some nice trend trades today. Solid day, man. What about you, Naraj? Concrete Mob says you definitely come back to your senses, and it's like it's a humbling experience. Yeah, man. If you think about it, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Go look up what fight or flight does in the body when you're like in a life or death situation. You are not thinking, you are in survival mode. You literally go into survival mode. So survival mode, you not even think you are in go like, look, we got to scratch back. But that's where you have to that's where you have to separate the two. When you are on the charts and you just took a small loss, that is not the same as you fighting a tiger. that is not the same as you being chased by a pit bull. That is not the same as you know what I'm saying, walking into a lion's den. That is not the same. So once you start like separating the two, you're like, okay, look. I just took a $300 loss. Okay, is that my hard stop for the day? I'm done for the day. Move on. You start off from zero tomorrow. But if you try to revenge trade and get that 300 back, and the market conditions they're not matching your edge, you will tear your account apart. And the market will humble you. Repeatedly. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Concrete Mob, how long have you been trading? And what do you trade? I've been trading since 2016, ladies and gentlemen. Long time. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's go. All right, man. Shout out to JT, man. JT just requested a solid 56. Was it 5,600? Yeah, man, you can't beat that. Is it 56? Yeah, solid, man. Shout out to JT in the Discord. Solid trader, man. Shout out to Delco. Delco says, yep, Concrete Mob, you come back to your senses. You're like, what the heck just happened? Literally, when you go into fight or flight mode, you're thinking, it takes over your thinking brain. Put it that way. And then it becomes all emotions. Go look up Randy Howell, man. If you haven't look, 90% of this game is psychological. Go work on the psychology before you start clicking buttons. Work on the psychology and develop confidence in your edge. Back test your edge. The only way you can develop confidence in your edge is to back test, forward test your strategy. But if you just jump in here with no strategy, no stop loss, mental stop loss, and all that good stuff, NQ will cook you. It will cook you slowly. Take trades. Delco says it's energy thing for me. I am just too effing tired to crawl back. Get the funds back. Yeah. Yeah, Concrete Mob says for 6 years I trade crypto, binary options, nice, and Forex only when I'm with a Leo firm, nice. Prop firm, nice. Started trading stocks, buy and hold, nice. Shout out to Concrete Mob. Shout out to John King. John King says, man, you still trading, not tired? I'm not trading, I'm just watching the Asian session. Shout out to John King. Go look at the earlier session, man. I only traded like a couple times. I'm just on stream, that's all. Just kicking it with the YouTube universe. Shout out to Concrete Mob, nice. Yeah, I started with the buy and holds, the penny stocks. That was 2016. Then after that, did that for a couple years. Not really that profitable. But the great thing about that, I didn't start with like a huge account. It was like $1,500, $2,000, and I did that for like years. So I was maintaining a small account for years. Then a pandemic came, and then I switched to options, and I rocked options for a couple years. That was a little bit more leverage, and that's when I got into the actual big tickers, your Apples, your Teslas, your Nvidias, things like that. Meta, Amazon. Y'all remember when Amazon was 3K? Beast. So that's when I got into options, did options for a couple years, but it's like the Greeks, there's a lot of manipulation going on over there. So now with the options, I do them long term. So like a year out, 2 years out, let the call run in the background. And then I got the shares rocking in the background. And then I discovered futures Q4 2023, did the research, took my first trade Q1 2024. And I haven't looked back since. I was like, oh, there's no implied volatility? Oh man, okay. This is all straight price action? Okay, I'm in. And I've been locked in ever since, man. Shout out to Concrete Mob. Concrete Mob said, yep, it's over with trading for the rest of the day. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, man. I'm leaving this alone. I try to leave Asian session. Like if I see a really good setup, I'll use like small size and get in, right? But usually I use the Asian session to just watch and do my charting. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. It's free of charge, I promise. like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I go live. Shout out to Sinister Demon. What's going on? Sinister Demon says, hello, sir. Are you streaming on Twitch as well? I'm going to get on there. My friend's showing me how to do it. I want to do both. I'm trying to see how I can do both at the same time. I don't know how it would work, but I'm going to do the research so I can do both. That would be cool to hop on Twitch. Shout out to Sinister Demon. What's going on? How long have you been trading and what do you trade? Shout out to John King. Shout out to Concrete Mob in the building. Shout out to Delco. Who else is in here? Shout out to Naraj. Shout out to Junior. Junior, where you at, man? Shout out to ISP. Shout out to the official stock stage in the building, man. Shout out to Mitchell French. Shout out to Jordan J. Cave Trader. Trader Goated in the building. Shout out to Julian Gonzalez, my dog. Shout out to Wizard Trades. Shout out to Justice. So yeah, we're just kicking it, man. We are kicking it. It's 8:30. Time's flying. The usual. Yeah, I hope JT gets approved. He said he broke the 30% rule, but hopefully not. The thing is, if you break the rule and you cut it quick and it's not a repetitive thing, you should be all right. They should still approve you. But if you do it 6, 7, 8 times, then it's an issue. Then they have there's no gray area. If you did it once, you should be fine. Hopefully Apex will approve. Shout out to AJ. What's going on? Welcome to the Infinity Show. Are we gonna fill the wick? What do you think? What on which chart? Which chart are you looking at? Right now, I'm just watching this trend down, and I'm with the bears until this trend breaks in a convincing fashion. Right now, we're pressing down on 1 hour support, EMA support. So we'll see what happens from here. Right now we're inside day. We're inside yesterday's range. Yeah, that's what I have to do. So I have my strategy for outside. I gotta work on the inside day strategy. That's a fact. Definitely play with less size. Yeah. Once we start cracking major levels, then we can size up. But yeah, you can see, look, we drew this trend line like an hour ago. Just look what it's doing. After that wild news, oh yeah, it looks like they might reach down there. They might do it. That was a crazy. Do you know what that was? Nobody was trying to. I didn't see anything on the news. I didn't see any news. That was a wild drop out of nowhere. Shout out to AJ in the building. Shout out to AJ. What are you trading and how long have you been trading? Shout out to AJ. Red Candles, what's going on? Shout out to Red Candles back in the building. Welcome back, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're just watching the price action. I'm marking up ES and NQ. Let's see how this looked. Nice move for ES. This was clean too, right? Clean movers. Clean. Oh, this was a little bit different. Ow. Yeah, that was like that was clean. Nice pop above yesterday's high. Clean, clean, clean. Tap, 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 and then take off. When was that? That was at like 2. Nice push, man. Nice push for ES. Sitting here, charting NQES, charting. Then I gotta do SPY, QQQ, and DIA. Yeah, Netflix is a beast, man. Fresh all-time highs. I think fresh all-time highs again into the close. Yeah, Netflix is different. We were just at 800 like a month and a half ago. That was like April-ish. April, mid-April. Yeah, man. That's like a 400-point rip. Netflix is a beast. Quiet monster. We have Broadcom and CrowdStrike earnings this week. Keep that in mind. I think CrowdStrike is after the close tomorrow. Let's keep on going, man. All right, yeah. So let's see. If we stick to with this trend line, we're gonna eventually make it down to that gap fill, that wick fill, 21,465. Yeah. The thing is, if we can't reclaim 500 here, then we got space, a little bit of space down. And then I have I have a fib at 487, and then the gap fill is 418. So we could probably clear that low, but it depends. We'll see. We got some gaps down here too that could act as support, so we'll see. I have like the middle of an FEG right at like 73s, is in the 70s. So we'll see if they can hold that. Then you got order block below. The bottom of that is 36. Yeah, on the 5-minute. This is a 15-minute FEG as well. So this is what I'm watching as well. So I'm watching this on the 15-minute chart. You got a gap right here. Then you got order block right below. So could we build out of that? Maybe. We'll see. Or do we dive a little deeper? We will see. Order block down here. Bottom of this is like through 26. That's on the 15-minute chart. So we'll see. We will see. That's a key level though. Then we got key levels up here too. The swing high. So we'll see how they react out of there too. These are all 15s, right? That's pretty good. All 15-minute. Switch the color of this one. Maybe a little bit darker. I do most of my charting on Thinkorswim, man. Schwab, 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 Schwab. Schwab, 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 Schwab. Dang, it's not light enough. All right, maybe we make this darker. Like that. Still nothing. go. I think it was like beige, right? But then dang, is it that light? It's not that light. Let me see. Hold on. Gotta decrease. Let's go there. All right. Run it to 7. So we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I gotta mark that out too. 15. This is another one. All right, we'll see. We will see what's going on. Richard Dowdy, what's the word? How you feeling, man? Hope you're doing well, man. AJ says, I heard it was a tweet or something. Shout out to Red Candle. Shout out to AJ. AJ says, I'm short from 497. Nice. Yeah, solid play, man. If you caught it. Oh, did we just breach that? We did just breach that. I'm thinking it's from the highs. But yeah, it's still a good play. We'll see if it holds. This is the 15, right? When I trade, I have everything on the. I'm watching all the time frames. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. What did I just do? Okay, cool. It is a little bit smaller. I like this better. Let me see. I just got to get this on a different screen, and I'll be all right. All right, let's just rock like that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're new here, welcome to the Infinity Show. If you are returning, welcome back, fam. Let's get to it, man. Slowly but surely. We're grinding to these payouts, man. Got to keep the losses small. Keep the losses small and manageable. Yeah, I think I got to go back to that too. Shrink to the micros. Inside day. Shout out to Richard Dowdy in the building. Shout out to Red Candles. Yeah, we'll see if we can climb out of this level. I can draw it out on Tradeovate too. This is a 5 minute. And let's see if we got a 15 minute. 15 minute. Big 15 minute right there. FEG action. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. It's free of charge. It is free of charge. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. June is here. All of a sudden. Yup. Let's fib it up. Oh, did not mean to do that. Yeah, you know how that go. It's what it is. Let me see. All right. We got action, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There's your 50% retracement on the 15. Ooh, did not mean to do that. Why did I just do that? Gaps galore, my friend. Let's go 15 minute. 5 minute. Zoom into the action. Yeah, that's key level. Then you got order block down here. Bottom is 36. So we'll see if they dive in. Does the FEG hold, or do we dive into the order block? That's the last FEG too on, what is it, the 5? Or this is the 5 minute? We'll see. Right now we are in a downtrend. Clean too. Tap, 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 tap. We'll see if they tap here, or do we break? We'll see. Any 1 hour gaps? Ooh, I see something. I don't know what that was. I think I see something. Hold on. Yeah, I think I do see something. That's a 1 hour right there. All right, let me draw that on. I'll draw that on Thinkorswim. There's a 1 hour over here somewhere. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Chase. Are you in here? Say something. Shout out to Richard Dowdy in the building. We're here for another evening session, Richard. Shout out to Rich in the building. Another evening session. Yeah, man, I gotta get the people who were at work, man. They say, man, you gotta hop on after I get off work, not during. Okay, so now what else do we have to do? ES, right? So yeah, this is your 15-minute FEG. Let's see if it holds. If it doesn't hold, we got more space down. We got order block right below that. From a 15-minute perspective, this is the pullback. We'll see if it can hold. Who's Chase? Shout out to Chase. Shout out to Chase. What's up? How long have you been trading and what do you trade? No payouts today, man. Just trades from earlier. We're moving the funded accounts forward so that we can get payouts. Shout out to Chase in the building. What do you trade and how long have you been trading? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Red Candles. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Activation fees for Apex are $100 across the board. That's pretty good. No 170s, no 200s. Shout out to Red Candles. Red Candle says, looking for 475. Come on, we might get there. I mean, we'll see. It depends on this FEG. If it can hold, maybe they push it back up. But if it doesn't hold, we got more space down. We do not predict. We react. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to Red Candles. Chase, how long have you been trading and what do you trade, my friend? Shout out to everybody watching, man. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. Benjamin Trading. Who that? Say something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Benjamin Trading, where you at? Shout out to Jean. Jean, I'm saying that right, right? Benjamin. What's going on? How long have you been trading and what do you trade? I see the flag in your avatar, man. My best friend is from there. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. So how long have you been trading and what do you trade? Shout out to Jean Benjamin. Jean is in the building. Uh oh nah. Shout out to Jean Benjamin for a while now, but switched to futures ES and NQ. Failed lots of Apex eval. It's part of the game, man. It's part of the game. Same here. It's part of the game. Shout out to Red Candles. Red Candle says I trade MNQ. Yep. Yeah, I bounce back and forth from the micros and the minis. All right, Benjamin. Benjamin, I got you. I'm gonna bump you up. Hold on one second. Oh man. Yeah, man, it's part of the game. I feel it a lot too, man. Part of the game, man. But the thing is, as long as you learn from the losses, you'll be all right. Just gotta keep on going. I have to do ES. Yo, red candles, slowly but surely, we're getting down into the 70s. We'll see what happens. We'll see. This is a gap though. Just keep that in mind. This is a 15-minute FEG, and we haven't had many FEGs since the highs in the 15-minute range. So just be aware of that. Bulls could try to hold this level. It might just be for the time being. We might test that trend line and then keep flushing. We'll see. We'll see, man. Shout out to Jean Benjamin in the building. You trade in the morning? Yep, NY session. NY session is my bread and butter. That's where I make all my money. NY session, the first hour or two. Usually I'm done. And then if I see a really, really, really good setup in the afternoon, I might take it, one or two. But if I'm already in the lead, I want to protect the lead, right? So I try not to overtrade. this year I have felt myself over trading because I've been trying out a different strategy, but it's not working out the way I wanted to. So I'm going back to the old me. Q4, Q4 Infinity. Go watch the streams. I was in my bag. I was sniping away, man. Topstep payouts, Apex payouts. It was good times. September, October, November, December. Go back to the streams. Those were the streams. We were pulling payouts left and right. But yeah, I tried to switch things up this year, but yeah, I just have to adjust. I gotta go back to what I was doing. Attack pockets with size. pockets off of key levels. And take advantage of them and stack them up. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We're rocking and rolling, man. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. It's free of charge, I promise. Red Candle says, I just took the profits off the nearest low 400 scalp. Yeah, take that, man. What? Look, even if it's 20 and it's break even, when I say I move my stop up to break even quick, if you look at, you can watch what I did this afternoon. I moved that stop up as soon as I can, as quickly as I can, while still giving it space to move. I'll take that 20. If you do 20, 2, 3, 4 times, break even, break even, break even, that's still a good day, rather than a loss. I'll take that break even all day, especially with this Apex trailing drawdown. I'm not taking, if I'm in the green, I'm leaving with something. Like Denzel said, I'm leaving with something. I'm leaving with something. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Jean Benjamin. Jean Benjamin says, we'll follow you. I just subscribed. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the Infinity family, ladies and gentlemen. The family's growing at a rapid rate. Let's keep on going. Shout out to Tony Curry. Tony Curry says, slow tonight. What's going on, Tony? Slow tonight out of 15-minute ORB, but no true direction yet. Yeah. Definitely slow. That's what the Asian session is, man. Slow. But who was there for Asian session after Nvidia earnings? Man, oh man. That felt like New York session at the open. We were flying. And then the next morning, the Bears took it all back. They said, you're not having that much fun. Yeah, we heard about Nvidia and all that, but nah, we taking this back to the downside. And we broke lows. That was insane. That was insanity, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Tony Curry in the building. Yeah, no problem, Tony. Shout out to Delco. Delco says, I'm noticing the itch to size up. Don't do it. This is not the session to size up. It's not the session to size up. Delco says, I'm noticing the itch to size up. I think I should call it a night. Go to your practice account, man. I'm telling you, turn off the funded accounts, turn off the evals. If you made a little bit of money tonight, leave it alone. Yeah, you gotta turn something. Yeah, just turn on some music or something. Just close the laptop. Hop on the stream on your phone and just relax. Go look at the stream where I chopped up my NQ. That was like my first evening stream. First, my most recent. Well, think it was my first one in May. And yeah, it wasn't good. I was copy trading with big size during this chop. It was a headache. It was a headache. And I was like, what am I doing, man? One of those PAs only needed like $50. All I needed to do was make $50. I was already in the cushion, and that was it was ready for payout. Messed it up. Yeah, leave Asia session alone, man. This thing is tricky. Shout out to EYL, man. Shout out to Red Candles. Tony Curry says Apex sent me the email where I have to. Oh no! Are you serious? I need to go. Maybe let me go check my emails. Why is everybody saying that? Yo. Nah, man. Why are they doing? Because I thought they were done with that last year. And now all of a sudden we're going back to that. June 1st, right? Yeah, man. I hope they don't send me nothing like that, man. Do not send me. Look, if they need to see how I'm trading, they can come on YouTube. I'm not. We not doing that, man. Nah, man. Look, how do I tell you? Look, I believe a screen recording would be way better than that. How am I gonna go with NQ? The way NQ moves, screenshot by screenshot? Nah, I'd rather show you a video. This is what I'm thinking. This is the resistance I'm playing off of. This is the size I'm playing off of. This is the size I'm playing with. This is my stop loss. In action. So if they try to play that, I'm like, look, here's my YouTube link. Go watch. And you'll see. We are not doing that, my friend. Come on, Apex. When did you get that email? Tony said it best. Do not scratch that itch. Go do something else, man. Trust me, go do something else. Go and do something else. All right, what do I have to do? ES, right? Don't scratch the itch. Leave it alone. Do you know how many times I've tried to size up after a loss? It just ended up bad. And we are at 1 hour support. Okay, so look, I'm watching 1 hour charts on NQ. Look at NQ's 1 hour chart. This is EMA support. We're sitting right at EMA support. So you have confluences. You got your non-EMA. You got your 15-minute midpoint. This might be a spot where some bulls chime in for the time being. Because we were extended off the highs on the 1 hour. And now we're kind of like pushing back. So we'll see. I mean, could this hold? Possibly. Could it collapse? That could happen too. Some news could come out in no time and implode this price action. Yeah, I gotta make it like, yeah, we're back to this. Shout out to Tony Curry in the building. Shout out to Delco. Red Candle says, that's me. I hit 10 micros each sizing. Delco says, I've been digging out of a ditch. Was down 260. I'm down 125. All of it All of it is commission, by the way. Yeah, that commission adds up, especially when you're using the micros. That commission adds up quick. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can. Would that work? Ooh. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh, I think it got better. Did it get better? Maybe. Yeah, I think it did get better. Something's going on with the... Okay, I think it might be good. Yeah, I think it did get better. I think it was a little... The camera was a little fuzzy. All right, man. So, just watching the price action down, man. We'll see what happens. Red Candle says, it's all I trade. It's best to just try to scalp the range, then get a breakout. You'll be waiting all night. Yeah. Yeah, you could, it's slow enough. You could use small size and take little bits and pieces. That is a fact. Tony Curry said he got the email from them on Friday. That is, what is happening? Jade Cap took that $2.5 million payout, and now I don't know what's happening. Ooh, they're pushing out. Look at how the 1 hour is using the 9 EMA as support. We're checking in on the from a 1 hour perspective. So we'll see if she can hold. This is a key level too. This is a 1 hour. Is this the 1 hour? It is the 1 hour. Oh yeah, that's another. Hold on, I gotta draw that out too. If this is a 1 hour, ooh, that's another gap. Yo, red candle, this is another gap. And it's overlapping that 15. Ooh wee. Yeah, 1 hour FEGs, 4 hour FEGs, powerful. See if I can I use that? Let's see if it'll come out right. I don't know if it'll come out right. Maybe like go that. Yeah, that's fine. That is a 4 hour, 1 hour FEG. We'll see if it holds. Shout out to Enigma. What's going on? Yeah, I use a little bit. I use a little bit of ICT. I sprinkle a little bit, add it to the tool belt. I like FEGs, order blocks. I do pay attention to break of structure, change of character. I watch those guys. I try to keep it as simple as possible. Shout out to Enigma B. How long have you been trading and what do you trade? Shout out to Enigma B. Shout out to Delco. Tony Curry says, all I want is a happy ending tonight from the Asian session. We'll see. Hopefully. Pun intended. I like it. Shout out to Tony Curry. Yeah, that's wild, man. I don't know what to say about it. I'm trying to stay under the radar. I'm not trying to mess with these props. I'm trying to do my best to stay out the way. No crazy trades. Okay, let's get ES out the way, and then we can move on to QQQ. and SPY. Q, 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 Q. Delco says, I don't have the patience for this. Delco, just turn it off. Turn the charts off. Yeah, Asia is not it, bro. Like, leave it alone. You'll be all right. You're only down 126. Leave it alone, man. You can come back New York session and get that back in a heartbeat. Yeah, definitely. Delco, do not force it. Tony Curry says, I'm currently 3 contracts deep at 21,480. You got, do you have micros or minis? Yeah, we got some major levels at this. We got a lot of 1 hour. We got 1 hour level. If they crack this trend line and they hold, yeah, pay attention to that. Could be a fake out, we'll see. But just make sure it's in line with your risk management. If it's pushing too far to the upside, get out of there. But this trend line is going to give us a lot of information. We'll see if we finish above or below. You got minis on? Okay, Tony Curry. Yep. Let's watch it. If we get this reject off this trend line, then you're in good shape. But if they reclaim, they might start pushing back up to VWAP. Shout out to Red Candles. Shout out to you, Red Candles. Good night to you as well. We'll lock in tomorrow. I'm back on here tomorrow. Where's the P&L screen? Shout out to Enigma. What's going on? Where's the P&L screen? What you mean? Shout out to Delco. Delco says I closed it. Shout out to RYUK. What's going on? Take a close look at the screen, Enigma. If it's not clear enough for you, go to the quality on your YouTube and set it to 1080p. Shout out to Delco. Okay, cool. I'm watching to see if this trend line is gonna hold. I don't have any trades on right now, Enigma. No trades. Shout out to Enigma. Shout out to Delco. Shout out to RYUK in the building. Shout out to Tony Curry. Shout out to Red Candles. Good night, man. Good night, fam. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Concrete Mob in the building. Shout out to Justice. Shout out to Wizard Trades. Shout out to Justice again. Shout out to Cave Trader, Trader Goated in the building. Shout out to Julian Gonzalez. Shout out to Nestor Ramirez. Shout out to Jordan J. Shout out to Junior. Shout out to Mitchell French. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate the support. Shout out to the official Stock Sage, my guy. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Junior. Shout out to ISP. Shout out to ISP, man. Shout out to Jordan J. Shout out to Delco. Shout out to Concrete Mob. Shout out to Doggy. Shout out to Naraj. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to John King on the check-in. Shout out to Sinister Demon. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Red Candles. Shout out to Jean Benjamin in the building. Shout out to Delco. Shout out to Tony Curry. Shout out to Enigma B. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Good times. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to force their way out of this gap. You see how the FEG is holding? And if we crack this trend line, we'll see what happens. Oh boy. If we start pushing, VWAP might be the goal, 920. We got 40 minutes until a fresh 1 hour candle. But it looks like she wants to make her way back up to VWAP. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm marking up ES as we speak. Come on. So yeah, currently we're inside day. We'll see what happens overnight. Does London session send us through the roof? Who knows? Uh-oh. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's June already, man. Happy June. How? How, Sway? How is it June already? It's insane. Time is moving. Shout out to Vibes. Vibes, if you're in here, shout out to you, man. Shout out to Vibes. Shout out to everybody in the Discord, man. The conversation is moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Appreciate you guys, man. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Curry says, where is a 30-point red candle cancel to the downside when you a candle when you to the downside when you need one? Man, look, Asia session is tricky. It can get choppy out of the blue, but you see how that FEG, I think that's like an overlap. That's like a 15-minute and a 1 hour overlapping. So yeah, there were some bulls waiting down there at that 480 level. Whenever you get like gaps overlapping, that could be a for the time being a big gap or a gap that the price action reacts to. When you get like 2 or 3 gaps like overlapping, yeah, definitely take your time, watch the price action to see if we slice through, or if it starts sticking around, you might want to play the other side, especially if a trend line starts breaking. You might want to cut it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. All right, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's almost 9. Tony Curry says, "Where is a 30-point man?" Yeah. Whenever we get to a gap like that, I'm like, let me get out. If it's not doing what I need it to do. Sorry about that, Tony Curry. You'll get it back. What was that, an Apex eval? It's part of the game, man. It's tuition. It is tuition. Man, can't wait. It's part of the grind, man. Part of the grind. What time is it? 9:29. Shout out to all the new subscribers, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right, we'll see. Let's see what we can do. Tomorrow is another day. Gotta lock in, man. Looks like we're gonna hold inside day. I think I have to do that. I don't know why that just came to my mind, but yeah. Inside day, I might have to shift. Or if we're not at any major levels, I might have to shrink to 1. All right. Outside day 2. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. 9:30. Shout out to Jean Paul Incorporated. Jean Paul Incorporated says, really enjoyed your stream earlier today. I'm very surprised to see you at it again. I'm back. I appreciate it, Jean Paul. We're back, man. Ran some errands, knocked some work out. I'm back. We are back. Shout out to Jean Paul Incorporated in the building. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream earlier. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I go live. Happy Monday. Solid start to the month. We're going to keep this thing going. Let's see how this gap reacts. Looks like they want to retest it. We'll see what happens. 4 hours still has room back. We are at some EMA support on the 1 hour. We'll see if she can hold. Oh, same here. That's why I'm watching. I'm just charting on the side. I'm just watching it and talking to you guys, man. Asia and I do not get along. Same here, my friend. Me and Asia, man, I don't know what be going on. This price action chopped me. Like I had two payouts locked in. And this price action chopped me up. I was playing way too huge for Asia session. I don't know why I was doing that. I think the 2 days prior I had some good price action, and I was able to pull some good gains. But then that third day, that Wednesday, man, it was chop city, man. It was back and forth action, straight across, and I kept chopping myself up. I was looking for the breakout. We didn't get the breakout. Breakout, fake out. Fake out, breakout. I'm like, wow. So let's watch this trend line. Previous resistance, maybe support now. We'll see. Yeah, Jean Paul, I'm with you, man. Same thing. Same thing. Me and Asia do not get along. This is like usually the time when I'm just charting and I'm getting ready for New York session. But I do watch the price action. If there's some action going on, then maybe I'll take some plays off of key levels. It's got to be a solid level before I touch it. This trend line has been solid though since the open. When I got chopped up, we would still be around 550 just going straight across. When I say it was like a 20 point, it might have been like 20 points back and forth. Chop, chop, chop for like an hour or two or more. It was bad. It was not fun. And yeah, I messed up the accounts. Those payouts were locked in, man. And I was sitting there like, what did I just do? I was like, man, I have to leave Asia session alone. ES. Marking up ES. Clean trend on ES today. Clean, clean, clean. Reclaimed Friday's close. Filled the day high gap. And it was off to the races from there. 50%, right? Hopefully, that would be dope. Okay, 50%. What else? Trend is your friend. Oh, am I saving this to the right? I'm not saving this to the right folder, but I can just switch it. All right, let's get rid of these fibs and mark up this daily chart. Doing chart work in the evening helps. When you mark off your levels the night prior to you trading, it helps a lot. It creates a map for the next morning. It creates a map. Let's see how this gap works itself out. We got a fresh 1 hour candle coming in 20 minutes. All right, let's mark this thing out. All right, man. Yeah, 4 hour charts might pull back. I hope we don't pull back that hard. We'll see though. That's out of here. Let's go ES real quick. Weekly candles. We are inside day. Oh, this is supposed to be a monthly level. Did I do that correctly? No. This is 6,000. Oh, maybe I did. Oh, no, I didn't. But this has to be pink. Monthly level. I know you see a lot of colors, but each color means something. Each color means something. That is May, right? May. All right, let's shift these guys. We can get rid of this trend line. Create the map and follow the map. $59, $55, $50. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hope you guys are doing well. It's getting late. Tomorrow we got, what do we have tomorrow? Jolts at 30 minutes after New York Open. Jolts can be volatile. Very volatile. 58, 67, 50. Colors. All right, what do we have to do after this? We gotta do QQQ. QQQ. If you're trading NQ, please watch QQQ. If you're trading ES, please watch SPY. If you're trading ES or NQ, watch everything. Watch QQQ, watch SPY. If you're trading NQ, watch SPY, QQQ, and ES. And then peek at the Dow here and there. If you're trading ES, make sure you're watching SPY, QQQ, and Q. Watch them, watch them, watch them. What's the low on this? Hold on. Didn't I mark out the low? Yeah, I did. It's right there. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Jean Paul Incorporated says capital preservation is a trader's primary function, and Asia session does not offer enough direction for me. That's a fact. Shout out to Jean Paul Incorporated. Jean Paul says enjoy the safe. Enjoy, stay safe. I will be back for NY. Absolutely. Shout out to Jean Paul Incorporated. Shout out to you for tuning in, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're back at it. It looks like I'm going to shrink size. If we're still inside day by New York session, I am going to shrink some size. Today we had nice. It was the opening to the month. We had some volatility going on. Close, no cigar. Let's see. Let's go back to, you see how the trend line, right, that we drew, when we crack it, we broke it, and now we're coming back to it to use it as support. Previous resistance, now possible support, especially out of that gap. They might push up to that VWAP. What happens when we get to VWAP? Nobody knows. We won't know until we get there. But you see how we cracked the line, and now the price action is dancing on the other side of the line. So we'll see if they can curl things back up. If they can't curl things back up, we'll fall back below that trend line. They need some strength right here. Gotta adjust these fibs. Just sitting around, charting these, charting ES, charting NQ. And I'm gonna move on to QQQs. Make sure levels are locked in for tomorrow. Stay the course, ladies and gentlemen. Stay the course. Stay the course. All right. Shout out to JT. JT just requested that payout. Let's go, man. Shout out to JT in the Discord. Getting to it. Yeah, we're going back to the old way. We're trading everything individually, man. No games. I'm not messing with copy trader anymore. I learned my lesson first quarter 2024, and then I learned my lesson again first quarter 2025. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it is bad. Especially if you size up with wild copy trading, it can mess up your whole flow, the whole thing, man. We got 4-hour FEG beginning at 425. Will they take us down that low? I hope not. But only time will tell. Let me see. Fibs are good, right? All right, let's go to QQQ. Where's my QQQ? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Motivation Mondays. Check this out, man. All right. Yeah, they said some tariffs have been postponed until August 31st. That's crazy. They're kicking the ball down the road. All right, let's see what happens. That's the high, right? All right, let's see how this goes. Wow. The bottom of that plunge in the morning on NQ was the 50% retracement of QQQ's pre-market range. If you're trading NQ, watch QQQ. Wow. You gotta watch both. If you don't watch both, you'll miss some levels. Shout out to Corey. What's the word? Shout out to Jean Paul Incorporated. CP Trader says, if you have any evals to be turned into PA's lifetimes, it is $100 versus $140. Yep, for the 50K, so it's cheaper than monthly. Again, on TraderBait. Yep. Yep, we were talking about it earlier. Yeah, because they were starting to creep up. I was like, come on, let's get back down to 85. Yeah, you can't beat that. I think it's through June 8th. You can activate through June 8th. So whoever passed evals last week, this is the week to activate them, if you can. And if you still have some evals on the side to pass, try to knock them out and get them activated before next week. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to CP Trader. CP Trader says I have 6 to activate. Nice. They're coming in hot. Watching the inverse. Same. I think I have around like 6 or 7 left to activate. Started activating them like last Wednesday. We'll see. I'm trying to be disciplined with the ones I've activated right now, so I have to make sure I have a good week and then I'll activate the rest. Hopefully, maybe before the end of the week. I want to get all of them going. I want to get them all going, man. Shout out to Judah. Shout out to Judah from earlier. Shout out to the official stock sage in the building. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. That trend line is still trying to hold on. The gap is still there as well. The 15-minute charts do not look good to the upside. They look like they want to spin, but then you're battling with the 1-hour EMA support. So they might go back and forth at this level for the time being. We'll see. Shout out to Corey in the chat. Shout out to CP Trader. Yeah, it might get quiet. It might get quiet now. We had a little move to start, but now it might get quiet. We'll see. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I go live. I might do some more evening sessions this week. I should be on here. I'm trying to do like 4 days. 3 or 4. Yep, I'll be on tomorrow. And then maybe Thursday. Yeah, possibly Thursday. Yep, maybe Thursday. So tomorrow and Thursday, try to get on here. Gotta keep the losses small. if I have any losses, and just wait for my entries, man. Don't force it. wait for my levels of support and make sure that my stop loss range encompasses the support level or the gap. All right, QQQ is good. No, ESNQ is good. QQQ is good. Well, I'm marking it up now. Q's. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Pre-high, pre-low, pre-high, pre-low. Yesterday closed, VWAP. Yesterday high. Yeah, that bounce was right off of the pre-market midpoint. That's crazy. All right, that's saved. So let's go and we gotta delete all these Fibonacci's. It's all calculations, all calculations. Yeah, man, it's happening. Yeah, Asia session is slow. Wow, solid. Good old Asia session. Slow. But yeah, I'm just on here kicking it with you guys. If you're new here, welcome. Wow. Woo. Oh man, he's going crazy. Is he going crazy? Let's see. We will see. Uh-oh. Solid. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're new here, say something. How long have you been trading and what do you guys trade? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. Shout out to Benjamin. Trading, man. Shout out to CP Trader. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Jean Paul Incorporated. Shout out to Enigma B. Shout out to Delco. Shout out to RYUK. Shout out to Red Candles. Shout out to Tony Curry. Shout out to Red Candles. Shout out to Tony Curry. Shout out to Jean Benjamin. We got Jean Paul and we got Jean Benjamin. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Red Candles. Shout out to Richard Dowdy. Shout out to Concrete Mob. Shout out to my man. Shout out to John King. Shout out to Delco. Shout out to Niraj. Shout out to Jordan J. Shout out to Wizard Trades. Shout out to Junior. Shout out to Mitchell French. Shout out to Junior again. Shout out to Julian Gonzalez, my guy. Shout out to Nestor Ramirez. Shout out to the Trader Goated. Shout out to Cave Trader. Shout out to Wizard Trades. And shout out to Justice in the building. Shout out to all you guys, man. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Appreciate you guys, man. We're watching the slow but steady Asia session work itself out. Nice. We'll take it, man. Yeah, it looks like we're just chopping around now. We are chopping around. All right, guys, fresh 1 hour candle. It's 10 o'clock. I might call it here. I'm pretty much done charting. Just gotta go look at SPY and a little bit of DIA. Shout out to all you guys for tuning in. I'll be back in the mix early tomorrow. Shout out to all you guys, man. Discipline equals freedom, ladies and gentlemen. Trust the process. Do not rush the process. The process is part of the game, man. The process is part of the journey. Payouts require progress, ladies and gentlemen. Base hits win the game. Consistency over home runs. It's a marathon, not a sprint. If you come in here thinking it's going to be a sprint, the market will humble you expeditiously. Very quickly. If you think it's going to be a sprint, and you want it fast, the market will humble you very fast. Consistency over home runs. Discipline equals freedom. Focus on the process and the profits will come, ladies and gentlemen. Focus on the process and the profits will come. You guys be good. Be safe. Be good to yourselves and be good to others, ladies and gentlemen. Be good to yourselves and be good to others. Be safe. Hit the like button on the way out. I will see you guys on the flip side. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.